Warren Buffett sells positions he's held since 2019 and prepare for market crash, depression, and war. Today, I read an interesting article on Yahoo Finance, put out by the Motley Fool and written by Adria Semino, titled, "Does Buffett Know Something Wall Street Doesn't? He just made a shocking move that could be a warning for investors." According to the author, it's clear Buffett generally has made the right decisions at times, and this often involves going against the current market trends. He is famous for saying to be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. The author said, "It's possible this is what is happening right now as the S&P 500 climbs. Warren Buffett has held the Spider S&P 500 ETF Trust and the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF since the fourth quarter of 2019, but in a shocking move, he closed out both of these positions in the recent quarter." Here are my thoughts. You have to wonder if Warren Buffett is calling the top before a pullback in the market. If this is what he is doing, it seems to go against his own advice. He once said, "Time in the market beats timing the market." I personally think you should look at what these people are doing instead of paying attention to what they say. Warren Buffett can't come out in the news and say that the market euphoria is crazy right now and he's selling because of that. If he did something like that, you'd likely watch the market tank and it would be all over the news. Unlike his former business partner who passed away, Warren Buffett is pretty conservative and strategic with what he says. No disrespect to Charlie Munger. I really loved hearing what he had to say because he often had no filter. You never got a politician response from him when questions were asked. He let it rip. He will be truly missed. There were a lot of comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. The first commenter said, "Buffett is a value investor primarily. The last couple of years, other investors have been chasing growth and driving up valuations. Warren Buffett is behaving as you should expect him to behave. It's pretty hard to find undervalued securities right now." The next commenter said, "Every time the criminal Republicans capture the White House, we have a recession/depression. Want proof? Type in Republican-caused recessions. Then you will know what to do. They have been at the crime game since the mid-1800s, and it works every time." Another commenter said, "A huge correction is coming. The AI bubble is bigger than the dot-com bubble by a magnitude of 10x. Someone else seemed to echo this. The AI bubble is similar to the dot-com bubble. Once NVIDIA or another AI company reports poor earnings, that's when the bubble pops." Another commenter said, "We are heading for a deep recession. The unemployment rate is going to skyrocket, and the costs to fund this are going to be astronomical. We are in for a rude awakening." The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "Who controls the markets? Billionaires, not the little people." Well, my friends, the commenters always have interesting things to say. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Maybe Warren Buffett has been listening to Robert Kiyosaki. I read an article today on Yahoo Finance, put out by Benzinga and written by Bibhu Panek, titled, "Robert Kiyosaki Predicts Wall Street Crash and Layoffs. Prepare for Market Crash, Depression, and War." According to the author, Robert Kiyosaki is warning of an impending market crash and massive layoffs and urging people to prepare rather than pretend. Here are my initial thoughts. Robert Kiyosaki has been in the news for years predicting a drop in the market, and it has yet to come to fruition. Those who listened to him lost out on some amazing gains. Getting back to the article, the author said, Robert Kiyosaki expressed his concerns about the economy on X last week. He predicted an acceleration in layoffs with Donald Trump set to eliminate 65,000 jobs. He also mentioned that oil companies and car manufacturers like Nissan and Volkswagen are laying off thousands of workers due to a contracting economy. He also warned about a possible depression and war. Here are my thoughts. First, I'm not predicting a depression or a war, but I do have some concerns about all of the federal jobs that are being eliminated. The jobs reports of the past have often been propped up by an increase in federal jobs. That is unlikely to happen moving forward. I'm also concerned about the auto manufacturers. Many placed huge bets on electric vehicles, and the demand for them isn't what they had predicted. Many Americans don't want an electric vehicle. Ford's EV division has lost billions of dollars. I worry about what is going to happen with Nissan. It's really quite sad. Years ago, they made a quality car. Note I said years ago. There have been a lot of engineering and quality concerns in recent years. There were a lot of comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. The first commenter said, I don't know if his predictions are true, but you have to admit that there are a lot of parallels to 1929 through 1930s happening today. If this does happen, it will happen quickly and catch most of us by surprise. The next commenter said, if you say the market is going to crash every year, sooner or later you will be right. Another commenter said, this is very possible and likely. The reason we did not have a COVID recession is because trillions of dollars were pumped into the economy, causing the current inflation we are dealing with. Free money is not free. The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, I do believe the sky-high national debt and government spending put us in a precarious position. I also believe we are at risk of a notable correction if the debt and spending issues aren't addressed effectively and rapidly. That said, the tone of this article is fear-mongering that no one needs. Well, my friends, the commenters always have interesting things to say. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Maybe Bitcoin will save the day. I read an interesting article today on yahoo.com, put out by The Street and written by Mihab Qureshi, titled, Eric Trump predicts Bitcoin will surge 1,000% to $1 million. I'm confident. The author of this article quoted Eric Trump as saying, I believe in Bitcoin. I absolutely love Bitcoin, and I'm very proud that my father stood on the stage in Nashville and said that he's going to be the Bitcoin president. Here are my initial thoughts. Could this happen? Absolutely. There are a lot of people who believe in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. They think this is the future. I would like to point out that when the stock market tanked back in 2020, Bitcoin followed it down. With that said, gold and silver also tanked. I'm sure some people had to sell their positions to cover margin calls in the market. I only share this information because Bitcoin is not a guaranteed safe haven in the event we do see a correction or crash in the stock market. Now, I do agree with Eric Trump's next comments. He said, I can go on my phone right now and trade Bitcoin at midnight on a Saturday night while having dinner with my wife. How the hell does it take 120 days to get a loan in developed nations? I do agree that banking could become more streamlined. I also don't like that a lot of banks have fees that they charge. Perhaps they will process improve moving forward. I think the key word is perhaps. I'm skeptical, but what do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube with a gong. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.